shots, and there's more coming up right now. This is a great place. There's so much action right here. The water is very turbulent and it mixes up the fish, the herring, the krill. Consequently, we got cormorants, gulls, eagles, sea lions, all vying for the same food. Really great for the heart and for the mind to see an environment that is largely intact. The forests are all the way from the top of the ridges all the way to the water line. No clear cuts, no roads, no buildings along the shore. This is a beautiful forest with the Sitka spruce and hemlock. How old would you think these trees are?
Well, we know. This is forest began about 200 years ago when Captain Vancouver was here and the glacier just receded past.
Wow, that's amazing. In 200 years, this whole forest was established. How is this forest actually being affected by global warming?
Well, one of the things that we are seeing is the decline of Alaskan yellow cedar, and that seems to be as a result of decline in snowfall levels.
So what's taking the place of yellow cedar?
Well, at this stage, nothing. We're waiting to see how global change and climates are going to affect all of Southeast Alaska.
Nothing stays the same?
Nothing at all.
I love working in the rainforest, and if it's raining, I just adjust to it. And the subjects here are many and varied. There's some beautiful lines, abstract details. This becomes now my subject. Right now I'm zeroing in on just a few raindrops and the circular patterns that are really spiraling out. It becomes a really nice pattern, really nice study of light and dark. I've got a really nice shot here of fungus and dripping moss, and it's a great change from shooting the grand landscapes of glaciers and mountains to come into this forest. It's a calming effect on the mind. It's such a soft environment, such a quiet environment, and now I'm shooting a very quiet, soft subject. This is Dundas Bay. It's part of the national park, and it's a great habitat for black bears that come out of the forest in hibernation in the spring. They eat this very succulent grass. This is the sign of a bear. Okay, the tops of this grass is all cut off from where it's eaten, and it's really pressed the grass as he's walked up this creek. And the fact that the grass is still pretty much bent means he's come through in the last day, maybe in the last couple hours. This is a pretty fresh bear track here. He drew a line from one toe across here. If the toe is below this line, it's a black bear. If it's above, it's a grizzly. And just the sheer size of this, if this was a grizzly bear track, it'd be a pretty young bear. But this is a medium-sized black bear. There's a bear not too far away from here. It's taken one look at us, and it's cut across what I think is these alders, and it might come right out over here. So if I can anticipate the direction it's moving, we might be able to get a good shot. So let's walk over here. It's just cut through these bushes. There it is, right there. Stop.
llamaron del juzgado de menores. Tienen un nene. ¿Te acuerdas que en la entrevista habíamos dicho que tenga 4 o 5 años? Tiene 8.
Saluda a Joel.
¿El director quiere verme? ¿Pasó algo?
No. Viste que tu hijo y mi hijo son compañeritos, ¿no? Porque está viendo problemas en la clase, ¿sabes?
Sería mejor para él venir 2 veces por semana.
¿No va a ser más difícil para él integrarse y hacerse amigos? ¡Abrí la puerta! Joel, abrí la puerta o te vas de casa.
It's just cut through these bushes. There it is, right there. Stop. It doesn't really have great eyesight, but it sees us and is wondering what we are. These bears now are sharing their environment with the brown bear or the grizzly. So they're much more apprehensive about other shapes walking around. We're gonna move. I think he might come out one last time at the right where this little creek comes out of the forest. It might be a good shot. This is a nice situation because this bear is nice and relaxed. We're getting our shots, we've moved slow, and every time it stopped, we stopped. And consequently, we've been able to get up close without really pressuring the bear. So now the bear is relaxed, eating grass. I'm getting my shots. One of the iconic animals here in Southeast Alaska are the orcas. They're very hard to predict and often you never see them. What we try to do with these orcas is discern the direction they're heading, then go way ahead, and then the choice is for the orca to either come towards us or give us a wide berth. And often they come right next to us as long as we're not chasing them. With the orcas, unlike the humpbacks, they get into a rhythm and they stay on the surface. They're a much smaller animal and they're not as capable as the humpback to stay underneath the surface. So we have a higher likelihood of predicting the distance and the direction that these orcas are going. They're only above the surface for a split second, and I don't want to miss that. And I didn't. As we entered Glacier Bay, it's really interesting to see how the glaciers have carved and shaped the land. Not only the fjords, but many of the islands are resistant columns of rock that really rise out of the ocean bottom. There's just so much wildlife in this really rich environment. And right now there's an eagle flying, beautiful, being trailed by gulls. A lot going on right now. Here's a whole colony of kittiwakes flying in front of the cliffs. I saw a peregrine falcon earlier, and we've got a mountain goat with a very young kid and a